Hello, everyone, and welcome to Gate to Wire. I'm Bruce Casella, and along with Dani Gibson, and our special guest this week on Gate to Wire is trainer and Preakness winner Chad Summers. Chad, welcome and congratulations.
Thank you so much.
First, Chad, you won the Triple Crown race. What was that like?
Look, it's exciting. It's overwhelming. It's all the things kind of all wrapped up in one, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, you've been working hard for this for a while, and you guys knew he was a nice horse, right? I mean, he won the Grade One Champagne, and then you were kind of getting him on the Kentucky Derby trail. What were your thoughts leading up to the Preakness? How was he doing, and what were you guys feeling?
Look, we were feeling uh we were feeling pretty confident, pretty
Yeah.
optimistic, but obviously it's the Preakness with 14 horses. You want to see kind of what post you got, where the other speed was kind of drawn, and he just had to see how he was going to handle the surroundings. Obviously, only 5,000 people there, but he's a very happy horse, and how to overcome his own mental fortitude as well as everything else.
How did Napoleon Solo come back after the race, Chad?
No, he's super. He's very happy. Very, very happy.
I mean, Paco's just a talented jockey, right? I mean, we get to see him. You've worked with him for years. I get to see him ride here all the time. He just has a connection with horses, and he knows kind of the pace of the race. What were you thinking, when you kind of saw Taj Mahal retreating and him making that surge down the stretch?
Yeah, that was our plan. We wanted to move early and put the pressure on the closers behind us. Obviously, having the respect for some of those horses that ran in the Derby that we knew were going to come with that late kick, like they came in Churchill Downs a couple weeks earlier. And we thought if we put the pressure on them earlier, and maybe they're just a little bit tired uh, from the trip 2 weeks ago, maybe we can hold them off, and that's what happened.
Yeah, what
Perfect.
was it like to win the Preakness at Laurel and not Pimlico? How was Laurel?
Well, I haven't won the Preakness of Pimlico, so it felt as good as it can feel, I guess. I think I'd been at Pimlico for the COVID Preakness, which was as weird as could be in September. So this one felt fine. Obviously, that they had on the big screen behind us. They were painting the weather vane at Pimlico. They didn't let us, touch the trophy, which I thought was kind of interesting. It's revered as one of the most expensive trophies in horse racing, but I guess they thought maybe me or Al or Paco were going to drop it, so they just kind of kept it in a case. But otherwise it was good.
No, that's it is such. I got to see with Smarty Jones, really cool. What about winning the race with Al? You've had a lot of nicest horses with him. You have dry powder, and you've won big races with Mind Your Biscuits. But what was it like winning it with your buddy?
No, it's good. Look, I mean, he's a guy that gave me a lot of opportunities, more than anybody else, as far as opening up the purse strings a little bit. I guess it's ironic this one was only a $40,000 purchase, but
Right.
the confidence that he has in me and picking out his horses goes a long way because I like to be able to kind of make pick out the groceries. If I'm going to cook the meal, I want to pick out the groceries.
That's an old sports term right there. I like that one. What are your plans for Napoleon Solo now?
Looking at going to the Haskell in his next start. Al, as a New Jersey native, cut his teeth as a degenerate gambler over there at Haskell in Monmouth with all his buddies. So we'll look to take him over there on July 18th. And then
You
obviously
got
possibly looking at the Pennsylvania Derby. It's interesting this year. The Travers and Pennsylvania Derby are only 3 weeks apart. So it's going to be interesting to see how everything kind of plays itself out.
We would love to have him come for the Pennsylvania Derby. And Paco knows this track very well. You know this track very well. You've had a lot of wins here. Did you get to celebrate or relax, have any downtime? Because I'm sure you were exhausted.
No, I mean, look, we went to dinner. I took the whole staff that was with us. Obviously, when we get back to New York tomorrow, we'll do something with the whole staff. But everybody that was with us, and Al and my family, um, we went to a Mexican restaurant about midnight, and it took about an hour and a half to get our food, and then just kind of start all over again. The van's there at 7:30 to pick these horses up to go back to New York, and we got to go to the Timonium sale and try and find the next ones. It's just you never get a chance to really rest. If you want to be in this industry and give it your best shot, there's no downtime, unfortunately.
Yeah,
Well,
go ahead, Danny.
oh, there's going to be no more Liam's Map Scat Daddy, but you could do a Liam's Map Justify. That's kind of a close bloodline.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see what happens. Look, we're firm believers in Muhammad Ali's mother had 12 kids and only one Muhammad. So we don't necessarily go back to the well too often. What happens is everybody else tries to mimic you. Now everybody's looking for that same cross. So we'll just try and find, we try and navigate to places where other people aren't at.
Smart.
You know, there's a $50,000 bonus for coming to the PA Derby for you and another 50 for Al just to show up. So that's a nice incentive. Do you know that?
Yeah, we had that with Cyberknife.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Right.
that's
Didn't work out though. Cyberknife was flat that day. It was kind of
I
a disappointing.
remember,
It was a
yeah.
kind of disappointing race. Taiba came and got the money that day, and we had beaten Taiba last time in the Haskell. So hopefully we can hold Baffert off in both spots.
That would be awesome. Well, we'd love to see you get your Haskell win and love to see you get a PA Derby win. Really excited to give you a big hug when I see you at Parks. Congratulations.
Thanks so much, guys. I appreciate it.
All right. Thanks for joining us on Gate to Wire, and congratulations once again for a big win in the Preakness Stakes.
Thank you.